Okay, this review is kind of coming a little late in the sense that I think I bought this like a month ago, but I wasn't uploading anything then. But let's get to it today. This is the APC from Aliens, and this is obviously by Minimates, and it comes with Ripley. Now, this is kind of a re-release. This came out a long time ago, and it came with Lieutenant Gorman, and that's the one I always thought I was gonna get. But this one in particular, this is a Toys R Us exclusive, and the only difference is that it comes with Ripley here with her brown coat. Now, you could have got this Ripley a different way in that she was part of the regular standard Alien Minimates 2-packs, and I think this one comes with Newt, so maybe you might already have this Ripley. And the same thing goes if you got the one from way back and you got Gorman. I think there's another 2-pack with Gorman. So I feel like with Aliens you can kind of get a couple of doubles of certain characters, but that doesn't really bother me all that much because you can mix and match all the parts from Minimates. Like they just, all their parts kind of come off really easily. But then you can take this jacket off, and like I do not have a Minimates Cyclops, but if I did, I would consider taking this jacket off and giving it to him for whatever reason it was in the 90s, with lots of characters wearing these brown like flight jackets, like these bomber jackets or whatever, and Cyclops I think would do that a lot. I think a lot of people remember him that way. It's like you put on like a full like blue bodysuit, and then you put on yellow panties over that, and then suspenders to hold up your panties, and I guess that's not enough, and sometimes you need a coat to protect you for the elements. So I would probably do that, just mix and match. The funny thing though is that when you open the package, it still has this, like this is in there, and they didn't bother at all to say that this isn't. I mean, this is not Gorman, but like, so it's like the packaging is exactly the same, but they just threw in Ripley instead, and then slapped that little silver Toys R Us exclusive sticker on it. But I thought that was kind of funny, just to let you know that there is another version out there with Gorman. Although I think that one's a little bit more expensive to come by than this. I think this was like $20 or something like that. I know it was no more than that. It was the very last one, so I figured, well, I might as well go ahead and get it. It's not what I went to Toys R Us for that day. I was looking for completely different Aliens things, but since it was the last one, I just figured to go ahead and get it. And I'm actually really glad I did. I like this thing more than I thought I would, because I don't really have that many Aliens Minimates, and I'm still trying to build up that collection. I'm not really sure what to do with them as far as like a display goes. Just kind of stand them all up next to each other like that. So I always thought, I would get this if only for display purposes, or whether it was good or not. I would just get it just so it's in the background, and then just line up all the Marines in front of it. And I just thought that'd be cool enough. But now that I actually have this thing, I like it. I like it a lot more than I thought it was. It's, for the most part, this kind of very dark green plastic, but I really like this. I really like this whole like the tires are muddy, and it's like muddy down here. Oddly enough, no mud on the actual bottom of the thing, but only, I guess only where you would actually see it did they bother to do that. But still, I think there's some really nice detail here. I mean, I expected that to all just be completely flat. I expected this to be super, super simple, I guess just because it's Minimates. But if there's one thing you should know about Minimates, is that despite the small scale, they still put in a lot of detail. This little thing can move around. This door can open and close. I thought that was nice. Again, not something I expected. A little ladder There's some more detail there. On the top, this is like a separate little piece. And it just pegs in right there. And that means you can turn it. Like that. And then the way you, I guess the main way of opening it is you just open up the top. And it's got this. Again, I would have expected this to be all completely flat, like no detail at all. And then on the inside here, you have these chairs and they swivel around. What would you call this? Steering wheel, I guess we'll call it. It's a very soft rubbery plastic. And other than that, I mean, I think there's, you know, like detail with the floor paneling and so on. And it might look a little bit on the empty side. Now, it comes with stickers and some little instructions as to where to place them. I don't think I'm very good at this. In fact, I know I'm not. When I was a kid, I wasn't even allowed to do this. My dad never even gave me the chance to do this. Now, my dad didn't help me with anything. He didn't help me do anything for my toys, or even when I got like a Nintendo, like he didn't hook that up for me. Like I had to read the instructions and do that myself. Like, but for whatever reason, he was really particular about whether or not the stickers on my toys were even, and he would just, you know, always do that for me, and I'd be like, no Dad, I want to do it, and he'd be like, no, like he wouldn't let me. I was not allowed to do this for myself. And maybe if I had, maybe I'd be better at it, you know, with some practice. But instead, he always did it, and now I'm terrible at it. Even you put like screen protectors like on phones and stuff like that, I can't even do that. I'm always off center, it's always misaligned. So I don't have a lot of faith in my ability to put these on. But if I did, I mean, and then, you know, you're gonna have to use your imagination here. But you can imagine how it would really kind of bring out, you know, especially that control panel, you know, where Gorman would be sitting at. And so, you know, overall, I think this is just a really cool figure. I guess I'm not entirely sure what I should be expecting for $20, but, you know, it went above my expectations. I just thought it would just be this big chunk of green plastic, and that it had wheels so it would move, and that'd be it. I wasn't expecting any of this paint. I wasn't expecting the decals. I wasn't expecting sliding doors or swivel chairs or nothing like that. It was just this thing that I was just gonna get by default, just because I wanted to put my, you know, my Marines in front of it. You just take a couple of them and you just go ahead and put them there. And I know technically, scale-wise, this thing should probably be a lot bigger to like really fit these guys. So I guess it's technically a little too small. But for the most part, I think it looks cool. You know, having it in the background, having the other characters in front of it. That's really all I bought it for. But, you know, now, with all it's got going on in there, I just think it's a really good purchase. Now, if you can't find this thing for you know, $20 on shelves at Toys R Us, then I guess maybe you have to order it. And you know, for someone like me living where I live, I am so sick and tired of ordering stuff, just because I hate how much more I have to pay when I do that. But also, I'm also kind of used to it. It is what it is. This is just my reality, you know. If you live somewhere where you got like more than one Toys R Us, maybe it's easier to find stuff, and maybe you don't have to do that very often. But for me, I have to do it for damn near everything I want. So even if I had to order this, and I think it's somewhere in, you know, I think online these APCs go between like $30-$40 usually. Even if I had to pay that, I think I'd be okay with that. Now, maybe before knowing much about it, I'd be like, oh man, that's just, I'd pay it if I had no choice, but that's only because I got no choice. Now, though, like knowing, just how cool it is on the inside and all that, I think I wouldn't have a problem with that. I could easily pay $35 for that and not feel like ripped off. You maybe pay $60 and maybe feel a little ripped off there, but $35, that's not so bad. I mean, it's $15 more than you should, but I could live with it. I think this thing is actually really, really freaking cool now. So I'm really glad I got it. I mean, there was that split second where I was going to leave it there. It was the last one, and I was just like, well, this isn't what I came for. I mean, I meant to buy it, sure, but I didn't. And really, I got it. I was like, well, I don't want to leave empty-handed. And I hate going all the way out to Toys R Us. It's very far away, and then it never has anything. So, just a bunch of Star Wars toys is all they sell there. And so I ended up picking it up, and now that was definitely the right call. Very cool. So I definitely recommend this APC if you can find it. If not, order it. Still think pretty cool. You'll get a Ripley figure to go along with it at the very least, even if you don't have anybody else, and that's pretty cool too. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Anyways, until next time, take care.